Hi and welcome to the Social Commuter Podcast, the marketing podcast keep you up to date on the go.
With your host, Georgia Smith.
And Eloise Fenwick.
We actually don't have that many amazing updates this week.
Not a lot has happened in the world of social media
like
for once.
They've let us down and we've had such a good run, starting off January strong, and now we've hit Feb and it's like post-Valentine's Day and it's just boring.
Post-Valentine's Day depression.
That's what it is.
I think, Valentine's Day on social media it's always a difficult day for the singles, I've found on observation.
That's very true.
Yeah. So I think everyone's just in that post-Valentine's depression, not really doing much. So
it's
basically,
quite funny, though.
This is our roundup of what's not happening in social media at the minute.
Like the teeniest little updates ever, which is quite entertaining. I actually got the nicest email, didn't I, this morning, that someone said, hope you had a good Valentine's/Galentine's Day.
I love that. I think that's how everyone should be
That's how you should
speak.
I mean, it's letting everyone else included in the situation. Inclusion for social media emails. So fun. But I'll kick us off then with one that's really excited me this week.
Go on.
So Google's Gemini can now watch YouTube videos for you. It'll skip the videos and get the highlights, which is huge. So obviously AI has come so far since we started the podcast over a year ago, which is like the nicest thing ever to say. But this is obviously huge in the world of YouTube. It will watch your entire video for you and then get the highlights and the bits that you want to know. And then you can ask it questions and it's just going to keep developing and then it'll be massive on the platform.
I love this. I think it's definitely going to be so helpful for like work videos. Yeah. Obviously, when we like watching our cute little YouTube videos at home, like we want to watch the video.
We want to watch that.
But yeah, I think if I'm at work researching something, like that would be fantastic.
You could have done it for the ads. You had to do a research task for ads. You could have put it through the ad things.
I know.
Obviously, podcasts as well. If you're trying to learn something,
like
we were trying to learn about tax.
Yeah,
we could have put it through our how to do tax.
My goodness.
So, I mean, it sort of defeats the purpose of a video explaining it. However, I also get why they've done it, and it's going to be a nice one to see develop as an update. So I'm excited for that.
Absolutely, I think that's crazy. What was the platform again?
YouTube. Oh, Gemini. Google's Gemini is linked to YouTube, which is quite fun. Collaboration.
I want to be like the first person at work to use that.
You start using it. Show everyone your skills.
The cool version.
I think it'd be great.
I want to kick off by talking about Trump and 90 days.
Yeah.
So
it's counting down now. It's not many days left.
90 days is not many days.
No.
So people who don't know what's happening, you probably do. I think the whole world knows by this point that TikTok was temporarily banned in the US and now it's come back. And a lot of people are just saying, oh, it's back now, like, we don't have to worry. It has 90 days.
It's not the case, yeah.
No. Like, 90 days, if TikTok doesn't sell, or I want to say partner, I'm not even sure if America's going to let them partner with someone.
Yeah, it's become a bit interesting. And obviously people like Mr. Beast wants to buy the platform. And that's such a huge change from having a business run it to having YouTubers run it at the end of the day. So no matter what, I think it's about 60 days left or like 70 now.
Exactly.
The countdown's on and it'll be time to see what actually happens. I'm excited, ready to see. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy or drastic in any way, but it's an interesting one.
But if it gets banned again, like I've seen, what was you reading? I was reading some article or something, and they were saying how it's a really likely
scenario
outcome that it will be banned.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, it's scary for us. I recently launched a TikTok agency in the UK. So obviously my worry is like, I'm about to spend loads of effort into launching that. It's going to get banned in America and then it's gone.
Yeah.
So you sort of have to keep an eye out. And everyone that's jobs, they're getting hired as TikTok managers. They could just be gone soon. It's a bit scary, but...
Yeah, and it's also making sure you, like, as a TikTok agency, that you're jumping on these emerging platforms as well, just in case.
Having your plan Bs and Cs are really important now.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. Plan Bs and Cs.
Plan Bs and Cs, probably Ds as well. I feel like you really need to be prepared. You don't know what America's going to pull out, so
I love that.
No matter what country you're in, keep an eye on it.
There is actually, it was going to be one of my platform updates, and I didn't include it, which is really annoying me now. But one, like, platform that we use, I want to say CapCut, something like that. They're bringing out their new platform for social media, so it's basically going to be like, it's meant to be a more positive social media, so that'll be interesting.
How they're going to have a look at that one.
I know, it's going to be really interesting to see how this evolves. But
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's always
coming out with different apps now. I mean, Instagram's come out with more information about their new editing app, which is very good. We've seen good old Adam talking about it in some reels, so
Adam Mosseri.
We'll have to update you that on next week when we know more about it. But a really fun statistic I wanted to throw in this week is that 57% of marketers, you could tell I'm dyslexic then, it's going to be 75%. 57% of marketers currently post on Threads, and an additional 23% are planning to start at the platform this year. So Threads is obviously emerging faster. the marketers are understanding it. After we had a discussion last week about how we think it is becoming a little bit like Instagram, it's probably normal that a lot of marketers think about it this way. I think it's
I think it becomes a much more approachable platform when it's similar to ones that we already know.
It is. It's just the same, and it makes people feel more comfortable, and they don't have to learn an entirely different thing.
Yeah.
So just keep an eye out on Threads. I mean, at this point, you're going to have 70% of marketers on it, and that's obviously a large amount.
Yeah.
We're technically kind of on it. We're not on it massively, but it is something to consider and to keep an eye out on.
Yeah.
We'll obviously update you on that.
Definitely. I've actually got two more.
Go on.
TikTok have released a Discover list. So it's basically their top creators for 2025 and how they are so good at what they do.
That's helpful.
Very helpful if you want to grow on TikTok and if you want to be a TikTok icon, shall we say.
Like
and it basically literally details to you why they're so good, why TikTok like them, and why TikTok pushed them in the algorithm. So I've linked the report below so you can have a look at that.
It's a nice little one.
Yeah, I like
throw that one in. So talking about YouTube, which apparently is my favourite platform, they're the only one that are actually doing anything this week. They are going to let you put AI generated video clips in YouTube Shorts. Initially, they were really fussy about basically trying to take as much AI off the app as possible. But now they seem to be endorsing it a little bit, allowing you to put it in. Obviously, as for everything with YouTube, you sort of have to disclaim to an extent that it's made by AI.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see that. We'll talk about AI videos later on.
Yeah, we will.
But I do think those videos that we're going to talk about are going to be huge on YouTube Shorts. So I would keep an eye out on your Shorts if you start seeing loads of AI content. Obviously, hoping everyone is disclaiming it as AI. I do forget sometimes, and I'll have to go for an edit and make sure I disclaim it. But it's quite interesting.
Yeah, I do think it's a whole new world.
Whole new world.
Scary world. And then my last one is YouTube have released their key areas of focus for 20. I think actually I want to say it's for the month, but it might be for the year. I think it's for the year actually.
Okay.
And this year they're focusing on pushing podcasts on the platform, which is great for us.
Yeah, great for some
but
people.
also if anybody else has a podcast, you're trying to promote it, definitely put it on YouTube as well as Spotify and the other platforms. Definitely. Because YouTube have noticed an increase in people watching it as a video, obviously, that we know.
Not many people do put it on YouTube. That's what I've noticed.
No, I know.
I wouldn't expect that. I think it would be my first sort of port of call. But then the more times I've spoken to people that have a podcast, they're like, should I put it on YouTube? And I was like, yeah. So why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think they're literally going to make like a whole podcast section of the app as well, which is going to be really interesting. And then the other thing that they're focusing on is enhanced monetization, which again is great for YouTube creators. If you are a content creator, definitely I would look to posting on YouTube as well. I really want to get into YouTube.
Maybe you should. She did say that. She's been
on
about it all day.
Like, honestly, all year.
I think it's been like your 2024 thing, and now it's hit 2025, and she's ready. She's like, can I borrow the camera?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, of course. So I don't know. I'm excited to see
I think we could become
vlogs.
Vloggers.
Oh, am I involved in this too?
Yeah, of course you're involved in this too.
Great, okay. We should have a vlogging channel.
Diaries.
Let's not do that. But my final one is Instagram is testing a new carousel ad format for Reels. So obviously Reels and carousels have sort of come hand in hand on Instagram at the minute. And now it's a nice new update that I'm excited to see. I quite like when they do little ones that don't really impact people, but they just make the app look a bit prettier. So yeah, that is it for the updates this week.
Love that.
Should we get on the good bit? Yeah. I think this is the biggest mix. Looking at my screen right now, each like 4 trends I've got are completely different and it's a little bit overwhelming. So start with something that we both watch quite a lot is the Super Bowl. Obviously Kendrick's song and his whole entire Super Bowl performance was amazing. We watched the ads together. We actually watched the ads instead of the Super Bowl.
Of course we watched the Super Bowl ads. It's like the biggest advertising event
it's like the ads Olympics.
Exactly.
Honestly.
And I can't lie, I didn't watch any of the Super Bowl, didn't watch any of the game or Kendrick's performance, sorry, but I did watch the ads.
We sat the morning after and we had the ads on.
In fact, can I do a little intersection here on the ads? So one big theme in advertising this year that we've seen is nostalgia. It was the top 3 performing ads of the Super Bowl all had strong elements of nostalgia. There's a brand I always say the name wrong. I want to say Budweiser. Yeah, that one. They came at number 1.
Okay.
And then I want to say Lay's was number 2. Lay's with the potato.
Okay.
And then there was that advert with the Schitt's Creek mum. You know, the 2
the tennis.
more senior people challenges the pros at pickleball. Yeah. They were the 3, and they all had elements of nostalgia in them.
There was a lot. There was a lot of ET references this year as well, which is quite interesting.
It was interesting. So like, I think that this is showing the new trend that we're going to see in 2025 of how to connect with your audience and bringing back some of these older, more nostalgic kind of vibes. I know loads of the supermarkets are doing it this year. So I would definitely look at this in social media trends because I do think TV is going to bleed onto social.
100%. I'm going to see it this year.
Yeah.
We've called it now. Our predictions for 2025 are already coming out.
Nostalgia.
Which is a good one. So this one's really hard to explain as it only really became a trend last night. I saw one video of it and thought, oh, what's this? And then scrolled like 10 videos down and my entire feed is about an anglerfish. So I really should have shown you the videos about it before I came to explain it. So obviously, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced angler. They're the little, well, I'm going to say ugly, but I'll explain why. The little black fish, they've got the little head light thing. I mean, you'll recognise them. So it's a true story that one of them, I think it was a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago, swam to the top of the surface. Obviously, they're meant to be down in the depth. That's why they have the light. They swam to the top and they wanted to see the sunset before the fish died. Which is quite a tragic story. Yeah. And for some reason, a lot of the girls are quite hormonal at the moment and it's really touched them. Oh. So I have seen that many videos of the girls like bawling their eyes out over this story. Then yesterday I watched some like AI animation about it. There were, you know, so many animations about it actually. Edits about the fish. The fish is like this big and everyone's talking about how it's so teeny. They're coming up with stories about how, you know, she went for a breakup and decided that she wanted, you know, a fresh start at the top of the ocean.
That's
the weirdest
the internet
trend.
Are invested in this.
Everyone's invested. I mean, I saw it last night and I thought, oh, this wouldn't have blown up that quickly. And then the video I looked at had 4 million likes. And I thought, oh, this has absolutely skyrocketed, which is crazy. So I don't know how, as a business or an agency, you can incorporate this, but have a look at what people are doing because, like, imagine people like Duolingo and stuff will come and be involved soon.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was just about to mention Duolingo.
Oh, Duolingo?
Yeah. Are
we talking about the death? I literally had to write it down a couple seconds ago.
I was just thinking, I was about to write it down
yeah,
so neither of
us had it, we both remembered.
Duolingo is dead.
As we think. And this is one of the biggest things all over social media and every business is involved with it to an extent.
AKA, if you're a business, get involved.
Yeah. They killed off Duo. Oh my god, this would be so good for like a life insurance business.
Yeah.
And they could have joked about it and been like, Duo's dead. I hope he had life insurance and little things like that. Or your cemetery people that you were on about last week that did the Valentine's Day thing. I mean, basically, Duolingo decided they were going to kill him off. They did a whole statement. They killed off the entire team they had. All the mascots are like dead to an extent. The CEO of Duolingo did a statement where he read out from a script talking about, you know, how upset he is about the whole situation. It was really interesting. And then obviously Duolingo has different accounts for every country. So all the countries are involved and every country's playing into this theory that Duo's dead. So they're talking about different ways they've died. Every single country's doing it in their own sort of ethical and cultural views, which is really nice. But then we're seeing a lot of businesses joke about it. So there was a business the other day that joked about like how they had like a dead duo like hanging from their ceiling. It's gone a bit dark. It's gone very extreme. But companies are getting involved. They're talking about it. The comment sections are full of companies. Obviously after like Aldi posted one on that one mega viral last week.
Aldi did a good post last week.
That was insane. And you saw the amount of comments from different businesses that went on and then it's just become massive.
Yeah.
So I guess business to business interaction itself is classed as a trend this week.
Absolutely. Honestly, I feel inspired to download Duolingo. When you talk about it then, I'm thinking, oh, what language can I learn?
I did re-download it the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, I wanted to go back to my Italian era and start learning it again.
Should I learn Italian too? And then we can talk to each other.
In the worst, like half-broken Italian ever. That's how we'll be speaking to each other. But it's fine. That. We won't question it.
My next trend is say a little prayer for you.
That's
and then
beautiful.
They all like... It's normally 3 people. They do a little dance routine. I've seen Matalan do it this week. I've seen loads of creators do it. I'd so hop on this. It's just fun. It's a bit nostalgic, a bit retro, a bit vintage. And loads of companies are jumping on it, so get on it. It's just a bit of a fun one.
I like a fun one.
Yeah,
no stress trends are always nice. So actually a very nice no stress trend is the Bridget Jones film that's just come out. We went to watch it on Valentine's Day. The security guard there actually guessed that that's what we were going to watch.
That was a bit humbling.
That was really humbling. Like it's because we couldn't park actually. That's what it was. Yeah. He saw our lack of capability to park and thought, are you guys going to watch Bridget Jones? Your lack of capability to park. It was a great film. Do you recommend it? Absolutely destroyed us.
Honestly, it was a gorgeous film.
Yeah.
It was lots of highs, lots of lows.
Lots of lows.
But I did come out feeling very refreshed. And it was like 11 p.m. by the time we made it out the cinema.
Which is crazy.
But it was crazy for us. Yeah, it was a Friday night, but it was still crazy
night.
for us to be leaving a cinema at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
But I did feel very refreshed.
It was
happy we went. Honestly, I would go see it again.
I would watch it again, actually. I did think that before, but it really does pull at your heartstrings. But that's what people are filming. They're filming their reactions to the film and everything like that, which is lovely to see.
Yeah.
You know, the girls together crying, which was us on Friday.
It was. I cried about 4 times.
Well, like, I didn't see you crying, so I sat there like
crying.
this throughout the entire film. And then I turned my head and then I saw everyone else going like that. And I was like, yeah, I get it. It's a heart-wrenching film, but we're also seeing a lot of people. So Selfridges did like a get ready with me to come and watch Bridget Jones. Obviously shopped around, got the chocolate, got a notepad, like a diary obviously, had the whole outfit on. So it's a really nice one.
Isn't a Galentine's release so smart?
Yeah, like, so smart.
Because it's the one day of the year. Yeah, well, I know, exactly. And they'd fully like positioned it to target the girls who... Like, it's the one day of the year that all the single girls all want to come together.
It was nice.
Do something.
We did.
And then, obviously, all the couples as well. The girls and the couples. There were quite a few couples in the cinema.
The boyfriends fell asleep.
I feel like it's like the people that forgot to organise anything are just like, yeah, okay, I'll go. Like, yeah, it was fantastic.
It was lovely.
What a smart marketing strategy.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. They did beautiful marketing for it.
I know.
We were more excited over the marketing.
Yeah, we were. But I do think like it's a very high pressure day for people to organise something for, and I think that is the key to how big this movie is becoming.
And just if you go and watch it, film your reaction, film it before and after, because it really makes
before and after. We should have done
really
that.
makes you think about things.
It does, yeah.
Honestly, it was so depressing, but also great. Anyway, that's our little tangent done for the trends. Have you got any more?
I do actually. POV AI.
So messed up.
Yes.
I was going to swear then, but messed up. That's the word I'm going to go for.
So basically, they're using AI now to create these new POVs. They're normally quite like weird. So we're getting like POV of the Great Fire of London, like you're waking up and it's the Great Fire of London, or the Titanic, Cleopatra, Pompeii, COVID.
We will watch the same.
Yeah.
Viral.
Very weird. You know, clearly this is the age we live in. We just get to experience all the other ages.
It's a bit creepy, but obviously there's no evidence of exactly what happened, but they are just putting things together. And it is like the weirdest thing because you're watching it from someone, so you see the hands and you see like the entire thing that they would see. It's really, I'm impressed you watched them.
I didn't watch them.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you scrolled past.
I scrolled past because
that's
like,
that would
weird.
really give you nightmares. Yeah, I thought that. They borderline gave me nightmares.
Yeah.
And it's like, but people are doing their reactions to it. So I saw a TikTok that was like, I've already died like 12 times today in different POVs. I really can't survive another death. So it's quite interesting. It's a weird one. Shows that AI themselves are trends now, which is exciting.
Yeah. And then my last one is actually probably my favourite. Yeah. The picture we posted versus the conversation we had. It's so like the most chaotic sound, and it's them like completely like slating someone.
Yeah.
And it's just a really peaceful photo most of the time.
Cocktails, nice little brunch.
Yeah. But I do think this is a really fun one, really versatile. You can jump on it with almost any scenario. Yeah,
it's true. I love that one. I've seen it everywhere, and I think officers can probably do it. Maybe with a little less controversial sounds that are being used, but it's a nice one. Anyway, we're going into creators because I love my creator and he's been on my list.
I love your creator.
He's been on my list for ages. Actually, there's been a couple male creators I've seen at the minute that I thought they could be creators of the week. Instead, I've gone for like a 1-year-old baby, but I feel like we're getting there.
It's just iconic.
Less hatred of ever having a male creator of the week on. So he's called Oliver OOTD. Him and his mum's account, they basically describe this beautifully. She throws clothes at him and then it like transitions into him being in a new outfit.
Sometimes he's like flinching.
Yeah, he's like literally like eyes closed, hands closed. And then he does like a fuck forwards and he goes da 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 and like blows kisses and it's just adorable.
It's very cute. Like he's clearly absolutely loves it.
Oh, and the outfits are just like, this is how you would dress your kids.
Yeah.
Whenever I see it in the cute little like knitted outfits and all like pastel colours, and it just reminds me of your kids that you don't have.
I don't have, by the way.
If
just to clear that up.
The kids in the imagination, that's exactly what they would look like. So I had to make them, you know, the mum and the son as a creator, and it's always the same sound. Everyone just loves the videos and it's just such a wholesome thing and melts my little heart.
I think it shows the power of how good the content is, considering they can use the same sound. It doesn't have to be a trending sound.
So much. And it's the same exact stance and the outfit's probably the same.
Same
it's just
transition.
It's too adorable not to like.
And it's just the style as well, talent. Love that. My creator is a creator we've actually been watching all day in this house. We've had it on YouTube. She's a majorly made.
I don't even know what you're going for.
Mainly on YouTube as a creator. However, she does make content for Snapchat, TikTok, Insta, I'm sure. She's called Emma Nielsen, and I'm sure I probably had her as a creator of the week like a year ago. But she's just fantastic. Her personality is infectious. I swear I said the same thing last time she was on. But she's recently on her like gap year travels, and the content is just fantastic. She's great. She inspires me.
She's been on since 9 a.m. this morning, I'm pretty sure, until and honestly, now, still on pause. It's been the nicest vibes for the weekend. She's just very relatable. She's definitely a bit like...
Well, I don't know. Relatable in like personality.
Oh, yeah, relatable in personality.
Not in lifestyle.
Our lifestyles are very, very different. We realised that today.
Yeah.
But her personality is very relatable. She just is funny and just nice and wholesome. And the videos aren't too long as well, which is quite nice. They're quite quick.
The kind of personality that's born for socials.
100%. Either socials or like... form of hospitality.
Yeah.
To such a friendly person. I think she's a great creator. What different creators?
I know.
They're never the same.
No, we always have... you can see our personalities, I think, in our creators quite a lot of the time.
100%.
I love it.
It's so entertaining. But what an interesting episode. I mean, I'm a bit disappointed because I was so excited to get in and get all the gossip this week. They've let us down, the platforms have. They've been too busy planning their Valentine's Day. They've let us down. Valentine's Day campaign's out of the way. Hoping next week we should see some really good ones. Still ones to keep in mind and remember. Obviously YouTube's pushing loads of things at the minute, so always remember that. And obviously Instagram apps and threads, so keep an eye out. None from Facebook or LinkedIn though.
Interesting.
Or X. That's more interesting.
Oh.
But keep an eye out for them next week. They like to drop a bombshell every here now and then.
Elon. Oh my goodness. Did you know his kid's called X?
I think most people knew, but Ellen
I only found out
today.
This morning.
Yeah.
And I'm
shook up your morning.
Imagine having like... Surely his kid was born before the app.
I'm going to go through the rest of his kids' names with you after we finish this episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
then you'll realise.
And have a fun evening.
That's great. But thank you all for watching. And as always, please do find the links below for everything we've talked about. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.